I'm Jody Patterson. I'm a mom of 5. We live in Brooklyn. We just moved to Bed-Stuy. We're just like a regular family. We are always at a crossroad. Like, can we afford tuition? Like, do we eat green food or do we eat like fast food? What's cheaper? So this is Othello. This is my rascal. This is Cassius, my oldest. I like to call him the president. That's Penelope.
And that's the tiny.
That's Penelope, who's 7.
I'm 8.
Nell is my 3rd child, and we assumed girl, like perfectly anatomically perfect girl. Everything looked in order. Really early on, there were signs that Penel was very different. Something was weighing on Penelope really, really heavy. Every time we would try to put clothing on him or dress him or bathe him, there was like an intense reaction to his body from himself. Once Penelope started to speak, it was like, I'm not a baby. It's one of the first sentences, I'm not baby. And no, it was like no to clothing, no to shoes, no to hair brushing. And so one day I remember pulling Penelope aside and just being like, what's really wrong, baby? Like, why are you so upset? And Penelope said, well, because everyone thinks I'm a girl. And so I said, oh, baby, it's fine. You can, however you feel on the inside is great. And he said, no, I don't feel like a boy, Mama. I am a boy. And so that sentence was really hard because I was ill-equipped. Like, okay, what do I do with that? I don't know how to handle that. I felt like I had kind of maybe dropped the ball in some area. All of my sisters and my mom, raised me to really be proud of being a woman. And my child was like, I don't want to be a woman. Like, I'm not a woman. I don't want to be a woman. I love you, Mama, but I don't want to look like you. I want to look like Dad. So I just felt like, what had I done? Had I forgotten to do something that was really essential to self-pride?
That's my sister. That's me when I was 3 or 2, when I was shy. That's me. That's Cassius. That's Penelope.
A lot of people confuse this conversation that I had with Penelope as being something too advanced for like a 2-year-old to talk about, but identity is something that happens that early. I think when people say, well, how does Penelope know that he's a boy at age 2? And I would say, well, when did you realize you were a woman? It was crystal clear what he was saying. I don't want to be you, Mama. I want to be Papa. I do remember at that moment in my head not considering Penelope she anymore. I was really aware that what Penelope was talking about was identity. But in terms of me, why did I let my kid sort of lead in this moment? Because it smacked me in the face. Guys, watch this. Close your eyes. This is going to be fingers with blood. Shh, don't say it. Fingers with blood.
Oh, you do.
Lots of
That's
blood.
actual blood. Oh, Mom, don't do that. Don't use actual blood. Ketchup.
Fingers.
No, Mom. I don't like ketchup stuff. Except
fingers with blood.
chicken.
Like, after we just said, okay, yes, you're a boy, and it's all good, and yes, you can wear really boy clothing, not tomboy clothing, but just go to the boy section, find anything that you want to wear and wear it. He just kind of lit up. Initially, it's weird. You notice all the constructs around gender, and in the same way, you become very keen on the way you treat girls and the way you treat boys. I like the fact that the kids sometimes talk about it and debate it or don't see eye to eye. And if Penelope can handle that conversation in our house, then he's ready for handling it in the world. His siblings and his friends protect him. So if we're walking into a new situation, a lot of times his best friends will step ahead and be like, okay, so my friend Penelope's coming. He is a boy. He likes to be seen as a boy. You can call him Penel. You can call him Penelope. You can call him Jack. But he's going to come in and he's a boy. So there's this kind of camaraderie that his siblings have with him and his friends have that, they kind of look out for him.
We played challenges in the trio. Blood is amazing. He's the Bluosaurus.
We don't know his official name. A lot of the things that I thought I would never be able to handle, you get it together really quickly when it's your kid. I think about the future, and I try to think that everything's good. That I live in New York City, that this is 2015, and I think people's minds are changing. I think the collective understanding is that we are who we are from the inside out, And so that is kind of the direction we're moving in. We're really caring more about individuals than we do about big corporations. I love this. So this makes me feel really kind of optimistic about the future. So 2 lessons that I've learned from my transgender child are, first one, winners or losers that got back up. Like, that's the biggest thing. You just have to keep getting back up. Everyone who's ever succeeded, anyone that's fantastically, amazingly successful, has had like loser moments. The best have gone through the worst. And so we have to keep getting back up. And I think the other one is, accept happiness in any form. Like, who am I to say how happiness looks, or how happiness feels? And it's just, on a simple level, allow for happiness in all forms.